Hello. Okay, today we're going to talk about how to read, oh, my hair's crazy, how to read a call sheet. All right, so a call sheet is basically your instructions for the day. Okay, so most of the time they look like this. All right, so this is what's going to happen all day long on the set, right? So, how does this information it's a lot, right? And there's all of this on the back too, right? This is a lot. So I'm going to help you break it down. Okay, first, the crew call. See, it says 9 a.m. That might not be for you. Like for me, I'm in the hair department on this one. So my call time is on the back, right? And my call time says 6:30. Yeah, mine says 6:30, right? So I have to be there and ready to work by 6:30 about that. So that means if I'm supposed to be ready to work at 6:30, however long it takes me to get ready to be ready to work. So some people are 10 minutes, some people are 15 minutes. I'm there 30 minutes early because most of the time there's breakfast and coffee and other people setting up and all this kind of stuff. So I can kind of like, if I have any questions about the day, I can go to the production designer or the first AD, or if I have any questions, that's the time to ask before we start. That way I can inform, if I'm department heading, I can inform my own team, or my department head can inform me, right? So it's good to be early, because if you get there on time, you're late. It's an unwritten rule nobody talked about with me until I did it, and I felt like a huge dork and it was really humiliating. So I'm telling you to save you the embarrassment. Okay, so then we're looking at this part, right? Here's the scenes. You see int, ext, right? So int, interior, ext, exterior. Why is that important? Well, if we're shooting outside, and this was in February, it's gonna be cold. So the actor might get red in the face when they get cold, so I might need to bring extra powder. I'm gonna need, I bring pull-on ski pants because I hate being cold more than anything. So, and I prepare for my day in that way. There's also, when you look in here, it says, I don't know if you can see it, D4N. That means day for night. That means they're lighting it like it's nighttime, even though it's daytime. So when you look at this, right, it's right there. Okay, so then when they're shooting the scene and it's supposed to be night, it also has this little number, 91 PT. That means part of scene 91, right? So then you see these numbers. You see 1 and 2. What does that mean? That's who's in the scene. Okay, how do we know who that is? That's down here. So number 1 is Mark. Number 2 is Michelle. So that means that they're up first. So if we look at the hair and makeup schedule, hair, makeup, and wardrobe schedule, you'll see that they're supposed to be there, hair, makeup, wardrobe, and then to set. So now we know how much time we have to get everybody ready, which was about an hour for the man and about 2 hours for the lady. Great. And when you see this, when you see the W, that means work. When you see SWF, I don't know if you can see it, SWF, that means start, work, finish, right? When you see H, that means hold. That means they're there holding. Maybe they'll use them, maybe they won't, but they're supposed to be ready, right? So then you see your whole day, this is what's going to happen, right? But we're not done yet, because now we're looking, especially for our hair and makeup department, we're looking down here as well. So this is stand-ins, photo doubles, extras, stunt drivers, right? This was 164 people. when you look at all the bottom, right? That's 164 other people. So that means there's going to be other places to be. So you look up here, background processing hair and makeup for me. That's where I was. And background check-in costumes, right? Everything you need to know where to be is right here. Everything when you need to be there is right here. Who you're working on is right here. And then there's other information like the weather and parking. And this one's kind of important. This one says, come having had. That means there's not going to be any breakfast. There's another thing in here that says 1 hour walk away. That means we get an hour for lunch, but we have to go get it ourselves. Why? In this particular instance, we're shooting in a casino and they don't let you bring in any outside food or drinks. So, you know, I can't remember what I think they gave us a food allowance. And so we got $25 and we had to keep all our receipts. And in my previous video, I talked about how to fill out a timesheet and where your meal allowance goes. So it's important to keep track of those things because they may ask you for receipts at the end. So what else is on here? Okay, so now we've gotten through the day. This is tomorrow. So this is, you know, advanced schedule, what they're talking about. And making films is crazy. Things can change in hours or overnight, but this is what they want to do tomorrow, right? So that will come in your email. That will come as a piece of paper. And then halfway through the day, if you have a really good production management department, if you have a supreme second AD, you will get a yellow one at lunch. This is a different movie. But what happens is you get this, and the head of every department looks at this and says, okay, this is what we're shooting, right? All the stunts. This is what scenes we're doing. This is what time this is when we're doing it. This is how many people are going to be there. All this kind of stuff like that, right? And so if I have a problem with any of this, this would be the time at lunch to go to the second AD and say, I need to schedule, you know, 2 extra hair and makeup people or something like that, right? Then the white one comes out in everybody's email, or, you know, they'll hand one out at the end of the day. Sometimes they don't anymore because of the paper. Sometimes there'll be a second call sheet that'll say blue revised like this. This blue means there's been a change, a big one, and you should pay attention to this one and not the one that says white. So this one, they changed locations or changed something, so the blue one came out, and now so this. Then the fourth piece of paper that you might see on set is this. So this is what's happening today. It doesn't have all of the necessary, like, well, this one does because this was a kind of a small movie, but this one is called Sides, and not only does it have this in it, but it also has pages from the script that they're going to be shooting that day. Why is this important? Actors like these because they sometimes highlight their lines, or they have notes that they want to make. For me, I don't really carry these around very much. I have some, when offered them, I say yes, thank you, and I keep them in the trailer only because sometimes actors forget them in their trailer, and sometimes they're laying around everywhere and they're like, oh, where's my sides? And so I like to have some in case somebody needs them, but I don't necessarily refer to this during the day. Maybe on rare occasions, if there's a change where she takes her ponytail out in this scene and I need to write it down and remember and take a picture for my own continuity, I'll do that. But pretty much, you know, that's the papers that you're going to see. So yeah, that's how to read a call sheet. Okay, see ya.